run it. I can't take no loss. I hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year.
Are you good?
I'm not ready, bro. You know. Yeah.
Okay. What's good, people? Welcome back to the Two Heads podcast. I'm the main host, Mukhtar.
Co-host Calvin Bourne.
And today, guys, we have a massive one for you guys. We have the lamb himself. And if you, you know what? Let me just break it down real quick, right? I know a lot of you has been asking what is going on with lamb in Ballyer, the Chinese takeaway. A shop just opened up out of the blue, and people are questioning what's going on. So we said we get the main guy himself to come in and explain exactly what's going on. So we have here Johnathan is ready to break it down for you guys, man. I am excited about this, so let's get straight into it. Johnathan, how are you?
I'm good.
Nice to have you in, man.
I appreciate the invite, and I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, pleasure. But let's bring it back to the old days, man. Let's go straight back to the end, the start.
As far as I can remember, like.
Yes.
Okay.
So, like, Johnathan, okay, so you grew up in Dublin. You were born in Dublin, right?
Cool.
Your dad's Chinese.
Yeah.
Your ma's Irish. Am I right? Yeah. Okay. Where were you born to, and where did you grow up? Like, was it always in Ballyer?
Yeah, well, like, obviously, my ma's from Ballerfermot. She's from Garryowen Road, and I was born in the Coombe, and I think the first year of my life, I would have probably been in Dublin and Ballerfermot, but after that first year, we moved to Monaghan, actually.
Wow, okay.
So, the sticks,
the border country, you know what I mean? So, that was until I was about 8. So from 1 till 8, like, I made my communion down there. Do you know what I mean? I was down there up until about first or second class. Do you know what I mean? I think back then you made your communion in first class. Yeah. Now it's second. I think now. Yeah. I think back then it was first. Yeah, I was down in Monaghan. We lived in a bungalow for 7 years. Then moved to Dublin, and we moved to Dublin specifically because my dad opened up lambs in Ballerfermot.
And what age was that?
Well, he's there 32 odd years, so I would have been 7. Like, I think he did buy the shop first, and then we moved after.
Down,
and then he set up the shop. Yeah. We were still living in Monaghan when he set up the shop down in Ballerfermot.
Oh, brilliant. And what school did you go to in Ballyer then?
No, I didn't go to school in Ballyer. I moved to Ballyer, alright, but I went to school in Palmerstown.
Oh, so even when you were in Ballyer, you were going to school in Palmerstown?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't live in Ballyer for that long, because when I actually lived in Ballyer, we lived over lambs.
Oh, on top of lambs?
On top of the shop, yeah. Like, so, and it wasn't for that long. It was. I think it was a temporary thing. I think we were there for a good year, maybe. Then we moved to Monksfield, up by Boomers there in Clondalkin.
Yeah.
For a while, and then after that I think I was 9. Moved to Palmerstown. Got a house in Palmerstown. We moved there, and that's my man. My man still lives there to this day. Okay. Do you know what I mean? So mainly grew up in Palmerstown, like that's where I live, but I would have hung around in Ballerfermot a lot younger. Yeah. I played for the Ballerfermot football teams.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And so that brings me to, like, growing up as a kid, watching your dad having the lambs, the Chinese. Is that what you wanted to do as well? Or?
No, never. Do you know what I mean? I still, like, where I am now, I feel like, this was meant to be, like, because obviously every little decision leads you to wherever you are.
Yeah,
nice. I never knew what I wanted to be when I grow up.
It was just probably the default because of its family business that you kind of got into it.
Yeah, it was more comfort. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I have a little bit of a problem with, like, authority and stuff like that. So I left school at 15, got an apprenticeship, became a cabinet maker. Once I became qualified and knew how to do it, I jacked it in.
Right.
I get like that. If I don't like something, Well, I do. Like, I still like it, but once I learn how to do it, I'm moving
That's
on
it.
to the next
On to the next one, yeah.
Like, I don't have to be a professional at it. And move on. Once I just know,
I got the
do you know what I
grips
mean?
of
I'm
it.
like, I know how to do my own gap up. I'm off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
else is there to learn? Do you know what I mean? It's like if I was to learn Chinese, I learn till I can conversate with nearly everybody.
Yeah.
Then I'm done.
It's grand
I'm
then,
moving
yeah.
on to the next. I'm
Yeah.
not perfecting it.
Massive.
Do you know what I mean?
And like coming up as like, okay, so living in Ballyer, your dad had the takeaway. That so were you close to your dad?
Well, you know what I mean?
Like were you always
like,
around
put it this
him?
way, my dad was my idol growing up.
Yeah.
But he was, I mean, fondest memories, he was never there. The memories I would have had with him are mainly holiday memories because when he took time off, it was to do something
Stuff
like a
with, yeah.
holiday. Day to day, very
just work.
few memories of being young with my dad.
Yeah. So it was always
You know what I
mom's.
mean? But it was always it was number one thing I wanted in life.
Yeah, to be with your dad, yeah.
Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? It's the person that's kind of pushing you away is the person you
You
want
want
to
be with,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
anything, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, but,
And what age did you start hanging out around the Chinese, the takeaway, like around the shop, like?
well, put it this way, like, remember?
Because I know when you're a kid, you don't want to be around there, like
it's-
just there pulling up, give a 3-1, and then go with your lads, like yeah. So like,
Like as I said to you, I lived above the shop when we moved to Ballyer. But when I used to come home from school, I'd be working in the shop, like.
wow, at what age is that? About 12 to 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, well you work
Yeah,
there.
bro. Swear to God, hey. Like, I remember, like, even the fryer baskets, lifting the chips over. I remember having to stand on a yoke and two-handed over. I didn't have the strength to one-hand it.
48 years
Do
old,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
fucking hell.
Hey,
Is that one of
dealing
these
with
things
fucking
you're-
sharp knives, this size,
Yeah.
cutting
Cutting
stuff,
stuff,
like,
yeah.
And it's one of these things where you're upstairs lounging after school and someone just comes up and goes, get down there and give us a fucking dig out.
Yeah, it would have been in a stage of there's no going to lounge. It's because
Yeah.
when my dad would have had me working, it would have been before the shop would open. So second you're in from school, you're down there, you're working, doing whatever behind the scenes because you're not supposed to be there. And if anyone did see it, you're Alex. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's very
yeah,
young
it's
age
too
to
young,
have
like
someone
yeah.
there.
He's just
Especially
really
around-
short. That's what you'd
Especially
say.
with hot oil and stuff. Do you know what I mean? You're dealing with hot oil.
Hot oil,
Yeah,
everything.
should I get
Sharp
knives and shit? Like,
yeah, like,
fucking right.
Yeah.
hey, like you should be playing with your football or whatever.
Yeah.
Mad.
Do you know what I mean? But it was a hard time for him. It was coming up. It was a struggle back then.
Yeah.
I've set up a business now and I'm just landing on my feet. But
Yeah.
it wasn't like that back in the day.
Yeah.
He's completely starting something from the ground up.
From
I've
scratch.
started something that has a back.
You already had a backbone.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's completely started. I have a lot of respect for that. A lot
Yeah.
of respect for that. Especially you're coming from a foreign country, gonna come to Ballyer, gonna
And start
lay
from
roots,
scratch,
and you're just
like-
not gonna give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
realistically, that's what he did.
Wow, that's
Do
amazing.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And it's a Chinese person. It's completely foreign. No
Yeah.
English, no nothing. Straight to Ballyer. Or in retrospect,
Yeah,
within
more or
a
less.
few months, he's landed here. Within months, he's up in Monaghan. He's in Ballyer. He's making moves.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And then where is it where, like, I'm only familiar with lambs from hearing about it. Like, I'm from Drogheda, so when I came up here, when Champions opened, all you heard was fucking lambs. It was lambs, this and lambs that. And like, it's like Jerry's Deli. Just did you hear?
We're
Jerry's
in
Deli,
the
lambs,
catchment area of deliveries, lads. I'll
Yeah.
take one phone call.
Yeah.
I've got a fucking man in here now.
Yeah,
You
it's
fucking
right. It's you're in the right spot, aren't you?
Yeah,
It's like
perfect,
nothing's too far.
Yeah.
Like it's mad. Like I get it from Clondalkin, from Bonog. Like I get it from Bonog. Yeah, it comes down to
we go
Bonog.
up to Bono, yeah.
It goes up to, and it's still hot, my guy.
Oh, I love to
Oh,
see
yeah.
it.
Still hot, yeah.
Lunchtime,
Still hot.
going in the gym.
But yeah, yo, that brings me up to. Okay, so you're working there from age
Yeah,
8.
now when I say I'm walking there, I wasn't doing
You were
9 to
helping.
5s,
You were helping.
I
But
was
when
doing
did you
stuff that I
when did you
shouldn't
start
have been
taking it really serious? Because I knew you were running the shop at one stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when was it start like to be okay? I'm the main man. I have to make sure that everything's right and put people in their place. Like everyone has to be running
Well-
from you. Like you are the manager. Am I right?
Well, for his shop, I was the manager, but I wasn't. Do you know what I mean? Like I was the manager, but it was just a title. You weren't paid like a manager.
Yeah.
You weren't respected like a manager. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
And you weren't even taught like a manager. Do you know what I mean? The way my dad would teach me would be more let you make the mistake and then grill you about it, even if you seen it was about to happen. Do you know what I mean? Not gonna prevent it.
Yeah.
It's either gonna put your hand on fire, or you're gonna let you. Do you know what I
Give you
mean?
a bollock and
You're gonna
fart
let you and then go, told you.
Yeah.
Or you should have listened to me, or you know what I mean? Weird way with the way they work. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Which is good. I don't mind that kind of stuff for a while, but when you're doing it 20 years,
It's just.
Where's
it's
it?
like enough's enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And especially when someone's getting on and they're losing their own ability, but the way they're being about things is worse. But I'm not saying that they're doing fuck all.
Yeah.
Mad.
They're old.
And so that kind of title was probably more to kind of keep you.
Yeah, no, it was
happy,
more. It was
kinda-
more for. It wasn't completely not true.
Yeah.
I was managing the place, but there was. If everybody knows how to do their job correctly, I don't need to do more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If everyone knows what they're doing, I just need to do what I do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It is. If you have a good squad, and people who are willing to listen,
Which a team is everything, isn't it? Like,
you don't need a manager.
and
can
how
be
does
a
it get
very
to
handy
the
job.
point now where it's like fucking the culture, like as in like Lambs is like a bloody
It's
way
another,
of
yeah.
life or something.
It's Bally,
Do
it's
you know what I mean?
cemented in, it's
mental.
cemented into Ballerfermot anyway in the areas.
Yeah,
It
you
is.
you would get the thing of like if you're ever away and someone said that you're from Ballerfermot.
I mean, I lamb.
You know lambs.
Fucking yeah, that's
You
mad.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? Have you, what's it like? Or
Yeah. And when was that? When did that kind of start? When did you notice that becoming a thing where it was like it was big shit? Like where?
like I obviously when I was in school, it would have been Jordans, lambs.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not as big as now.
Yeah.
Where I'm sure my kids are in school and it's like Jordans, new lambs.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What's the story
It's
there?
probably got
or-
legs now, isn't
There's
it?
a lot of questions surrounding the madness, and it's got to the stage where I've set this up that in a way that. Have you heard of any other takeaway in Ballerfermot in the last year?
No,
in the 6 months.
Yeah.
Have you even heard of any of the other Chineses?
No,
Nah, you-
no,
you
not in
say-
Ballyer.
No,
Anyone,
you haven't.
any Chinese we hear in Ballyer is lambs.
Yeah.
That's the only one I guess there. Is that another one?
There, you have
New
to even
lambs.
ask the question.
Yeah.
The
What's
reality
the-
is there is 8 or 9 of them.
Yeah, there's a good few of
know
them
what I mean?
around there.
Say
Yeah,
annoying them, you're
yeah, in
absolutely
Ballyer, yeah,
shitting
there's
all
be a
over
good
them
few of
boys.
them.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
it's a big. There's a lot of.
Yeah.
Cruise shops as bookies and that like.
But that brings me to this, right? So what happened?
Yeah, well,
This is what everyone's waiting for,
We're
and anyway.
skipping by a lot, but if
What-
we want to get to what happened, basically, I did work for my dad for a long time, in and out. You're in and out because I know for a fact all the way through working for my dad, he's wanted to sack me loads of times.
But he couldn't.
He's wanted it, but it wasn't. He's weighed up his options and said, it's just.
Better to keep.
It's
than
better
have
to
it rid
keep
of.
you and then keep the relationship between us going. But it's so tense because he's never happy with your performance and he's never happy that he's paying you. He might be paying you too much in his mind and you're standing there doing nothing, he's fucking eating him alive.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
That'd
mean?
wreck your head as
Yeah,
well, though, because
like
you're
we're-
aware of that in your own
Yeah,
self.
yeah,
You know?
especially as you get older and you have this consciousness of trying to constantly keep someone happy.
Yeah.
Even though it's like, it should be the opposite way.
Yeah. Exactly.
It
Yeah.
shouldn't be- He should be constantly saying, "Are you all right, son?" Or
Yeah.
"You need it," or
Right.
"You live in the struggle. Do you want me to help you out?"
Yeah.
No,
As a father should. Yeah.
it's you're actually the way he was. It's like a competition. Everything he wants to be better than you. He wants to always be making more money than you. Always have a better car than you. Better look girlfriends.
Yeah.
More money in the pocket. And
Yeah.
it's just the way it is. Hence the reason I think that we never set up another lambs anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because
He'd be in competition with himself then.
yeah,
Nearly, like,
because it's like, and also he loses me as a crutch.
Mm.
I'm that crutch for him to go off to China or Malaysia.
yeah.
He can just fuck off and leave me there and go, that's my son. He's trusting in running
Yeah,
the place.
he won the
money's
place.
gonna be all correct.
Yeah.
Not gonna be worried about fucking. Not even gonna need to put the cameras on because my son's there watching everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing as
Simple
well.
as that.
There's probably if you open up another one that you'd probably have to run that one and then
Yeah, well,
that's
you
the same
lose it as
fucking-
a staff, and
Yeah.
then he has to go and work.
Yeah.
And when your dad doesn't want to work, which he
Dory.
does, my dad likes to go out and have a party. Do you know what I mean?
And
But
the
his
irony,
partying wouldn't be like our party.
the irony in that as well as I think is because even googling the whole lambs thing just to get a better idea because I'm not from around here. Like even the paper saying that it all kicked off because you ask for more money, but that doesn't really add up with what you've just said there, in the sense that that's not his nature to do that anyway.
You see, like, I'm talking about back in the days when me dad, like, he was a hard man, a very hard man. He set up a business in Ballyer and it's going 30 years strong. He obviously doesn't give a fuck. Because that's how you have to be.
Yeah.
You have to not care about what other people think, what other people say, what other people do. You just gotta keep going and doing you. And that's how you get to where you want to be. You just don't look in the rear view. You just keep going.
Keep going, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But you know yourself, lads. When you're working with family,
Oh, it's horrible.
it's not even explainable. You can get yourself into small scenarios that can just blow up into
huge.
You know what I mean? Like, it can be something small and just blows huge. Like in reality, if he sacked me or let me go, it's not just you just got rid of a bit of staff. You'll never talk to me again. We're never gonna meet up on a Sunday and go, how's the kids, or did you find a job, or he's not gonna ask them questions because he was the one to change my career path.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So he's let me go. I'm fucking 37, 38 years of age. It's fucking too late for me to do anything, boys.
Yeah.
To do anything new. So and he knows he'll get me back because I've gone so far in
life.
I haven't gone to college.
You haven't done anything else.
I'm just like a free. I live kind of freely. Do you know what I mean? I don't knuckle down on really anything. Do you know what I mean? And he knew that, so he was talking, I'll just sack him or get rid of him for a while and I'll get him back in a few weeks or a few months.
He was wrong.
Yeah.
Like he was wrong, because like the straw that broke the camel's back, and I just got too old at that stage.
Yeah.
Too old, too stressed out, and flipped the lid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So lo and behold, then after that so he did sack me, and I actually never knew why. I actually didn't know why until the papers went to him, and he went and said the story to the paper, and I read it and I was like, that's why you fucking got rid of me, because when
That's where the pay rise came from then.
Because when he gets rid of you, like, or he let me go or whatever you want to say, it's not like we talked again from that point.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I wasn't down at the Ballerfermot strip. I wasn't confronting him. I didn't want to know. I was like, right, he's let me go. It's not the first time he did it. Do you know what I mean? He's done it multiple occasions, and when someone like me dies, he likes to gamble and stuff. So you're dealing with someone who everything depends on their mood.
Yeah.
There's no like yes, no. It just depends on that person's mood at that particular time.
that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And like that's why I always wanted, because you're very close to your mom. Am I right?
Yeah.
What your mom have to say about this when he let you go?
It's not the first time my dad let me go, and my ma would have been like, he's trying to message her head, or you know what I mean. She knows what he's like. He plays games because he won't say something to you directly. Do you know what I mean? Because it's so bad. It's so like, it's so. You shouldn't do it. Like he's not gonna sack his own son to his face.
No.
Yeah, it's that
So
nearly,
bad.
like, yeah.
It's so like, how I ended up finding out was a driver. A driver just told me.
A driver.
Do you know what I mean? A driver told me, here, you're gone. I'm like,
No, you're gone.
and I was like, I'm gone. I'm straight onto my phone. My brother walked down there at the time as well. I says to him, is that it? He goes, yeah. I goes, am I gone? He goes, yeah. I goes, right.
Fuck that.
Then obviously we had a bit of drama, but since then, hadn't talked to him, didn't see him. And then he let my brother go a couple of weeks after that.
For what?
Right.
For nothing.
Was it maybe to kind of even the...
Just for none. What it is like, my dad has a girlfriend, is only in my age.
Yeah. Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, she's obviously...
Do you reckon she's
put
pulling the
squeeze-
strings though?
Yeah, she put the squeeze on.
Yeah?
If I had a young one if I was going out with a young one half my age, she'd be pulling the strings as well, I'll tell you straight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Let's be real.
Yeah, like,
But
obviously I'm feeding I'm feeding with like obviously multiple cash. There's a
Yeah.
lot of cash going down, but
Yeah. But the way I always look at it when it comes to business, blood is thicker than water, like, you know? Blood is always thicker than water, like, you know?
No, it is, but you do have to realize that like depends on your upbringing. Depends. Blood might be thicker than water if you're close to your dad.
Yeah.
Or if you're close. If you're not close and you never felt that closeness.
It doesn't really matter.
It's not thicker. Like,
It's not, yeah.
One
sure.
person, like, because you need. I swear to God, like, I'll never forget this. So I was working in my dad's shop for years. This was when I was in my 30s. A fella comes in to me and goes, "How are you?" And I was like, "Yeah, grand." Do you know what I mean? So I was tipping away, you know, like it's small talk in a Chinese. You're just, it's like small talk. You're just talking to the customers. How are you?
Yeah.
And he just he stopped me and goes, "No, how are you?" And I swear, boys, I nearly broke down at the counter because he meant it. Because instantly I thought to myself, my dad would never ask me that.
Yeah.
He would never in a million years ask me, "How are you? Like, how are you getting?"
No, you
He
really
doesn't
like,
give a It's like this, and now this man, don't get me wrong, he had a few drinks in him. But that's what I thought.
What pushed you to open a shop right beside him?
Right next door, yeah.
We're going next door to your dad, like.
Well, I literally, obviously, we fell out. He did sack me. And I said to myself, you know what, I had the conversation with my ma. I says, you know what, I'm never going back. And it's the fact that he's making me be a person I don't want to be. He's getting me angry by flipping me around here and there and promising me this and promising that and then not delivering. It's just like every day he's just picking. It's just something, and I'm just not letting it go. And this will stem back to stuff he's done on me ma or childhood stuff where I'm just carrying that trauma every day. You know what I mean? Eventually working for him, I still have all that trauma that I'm burying because I can't have a proper conversation with you with the way you are, because you'll probably just sack me because you won't want me being around because I'm too negative on your stuff. Everyone that surrounds him now hasn't a bad word to say about him to his face.
It's because more out of fear.
They're working for you. You're working for someone and they're just, you need a job. You're not going to tell the boss he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Live the sun, yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, or you're not gonna, you're not like to a degree. You know what I mean? Like,
straight to the paper. Yes, my money.
Yeah.
He was looking for a rise.
And as I get back to that part where I only found out why I got sacked, because of the fact that when I did get sacked, it was a thing of there's no contact. I don't even want to know why. We're done now, in his mind and in my mind. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, the paper was obviously looking for me when I was setting up the shop. The paper was looking for me for weeks, and I wasn't going to them because I didn't like my story out there.
No.
So it was grand. They kept coming. They weren't getting a response. My ma rings me one day. Sunday World the Sun is at the gaff. I'm like, how did the Sun at the gaff from? How do they know where you live? And I don't even live there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
we're just
how
trying to find a way.
Yeah, so they're trying to get someone who knows someone. They ask my ma for the phone number. My ma says, "No, you're not getting the phone number. But I'll give me your number and I'll give it to him. And if he wants to contact you, he will." So like, and I always remember I set up a Facebook page. I was getting messages off your man from the Sun. He's like, "Need to talk" and all this, and I'm like, "Fucking hell, this is heavy, isn't it, boys?" Do you know what I mean? This is like, what does he want to talk about? Because to me, this is just my life. I'm not seeing at this time. I wasn't seeing it as big as it was. You know what I mean? So I rang him up. I goes, "Right, what's the story? It's Johnathan. You want to talk to me? You're at me ma's house." You know what I mean? He says, "First," I said, "How did you get me ma's address?" He goes, "Well, public record. There's some sort of public record. You can go somewhere and find out people."
I'd imagine you could.
There is some.
Google anything.
I don't know where it is, but somewhere around. Look the old library for
Mad.
for reporters or something.
Ma's gaffs.
Yeah. Who's
directory for.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mad.
And they'll find you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I rang him up and he says, "Listen, kid." I didn't say kid, but he just said, "Listen, we're coming out with a story anyway because this is big. Your dad has given us a story. So if you want to say your side of it or not, you can. But I'm just telling you there is a story coming out anyway." So I goes, at that stage, I was like, "Oh, bollocks."
What did he say?
Yeah.
What did he
First thing I said is,
like-
"What did he say?" Your man starts going off the handle. I was like, "What did he say?" He didn't say that, did he? I goes, "That's not true." Do you know what I mean? He starts saying I wanted X amount a day. Do you know what I mean? Because he said I asked for a pay rise, which is true. But I'm not going to mention figures, but he says to the reporter, he exaggerated the figure even further.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not true. I said, Bertie Ahern would even get that. Do you know what I mean? Why would I ask for that amount of money?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It wasn't miles away from what I asked for. But
again, you're there fucking all your life.
I'm there all my
It's
life,
your
and I
dad,
know
like-
how much he was making.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I'm gauged, and like I said, I'm not an extortionist. I just want a decent wage, get myself a mortgage.
Does your dad own that unit?
Nah, he leases the whole.
Still
thing.
leases it?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lease, you know, but you have rights when you have a lease.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So what I am the most curious about now is, so obviously all that time, like working false promises, the girlfriends, like there's tension, and there was obviously tension before anyway.
Yeah, well, like, cause the way it was anytime my dad done something, it was swept under the rug, cause he's the big dog. Do you know what I mean? You don't
Can't
question
outshine
the
the
big
master.
dog. Do
Yeah.
you mock? Do you know what I mean? Like, what do?
Yeah.
The big dog will just tell you, shut up.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. It's not like my dad was with me, ma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like where you can pull your dad on something because ma will go.
Ma will go, yeah. No, he
Dad
didn't have that.
Dad didn't give a fuck.
He didn't give
Do
a
you know what I mean?
rat's.
Like, he didn't
man.
give a rat's.
What's that like being neighbours then? Is that like that's like there's about a sliver of fucking something between the two of the
Like
fucking
me personally, I always wonder when you're opening. I'm pretty sure you're open at the same time.
No,
This.
no, I left it till half an hour later.
Oh.
You know, like he opened at 4, I opened at half 4.
Yeah, I was wondering when you're putting the shutters up, looking at each other.
Nah, he doesn't.
Fuck you, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm getting on today.
hope your chips are gone off, Jay.
My sauce is better than your sauce. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? So
No, like-
do you not have that awkward moment like when
No,
you're in there, no next door,
I will get to that because there's been many times where we've walked by each other in the street recently or before I even opened. You asked earlier, had I told me ma or anything before or anybody how they felt before I opened. I never told anyone, Bryce. Do you know what I mean? There wasn't barely a sinner that knew about this operation. And it was only because I wasn't telling me ma because she'd tell me it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
I wasn't
need
telling
that, yeah.
anybody else because it was like, that's going to be down as a bad idea.
Yeah.
My man, my dad still have toys. There's egos involved. And I'm going down and opening up next to the outlet. The ma doesn't know about it. The brothers barely know about it. And even if they did know about it, they don't believe it. I remember I told me a few of my brothers what the plan was, and even told a couple of friends, they didn't believe it. They're like, no way. That shop's there too long. Like somewhere's there 30 years. They're basically running the show in that area for that kind of
territory
food.
nearly,
They're running
kind
the
of.
show, and then you're gonna step to them like next door. You know what I mean? Fresh. Do you know what I mean? I never told me, man. And,
Yeah.
Never told
and
her,
even
man,
when
that's
I told her, like didn't get the reactions that I wanted
You
because,
thought, yeah.
and then I knew. I
You
said,
knew
you know
it
what,
was
it was a good
it was
decision.
a good
not to
decision
tell
that
you.
you kept it yourself.
Yeah, it was. It was
Yeah.
100%. She would have turned me off it.
Yeah.
Or tried to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even when I went to name it New Lambs, she wasn't happy.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it's like, are you fucking off your trolley? Do you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah. I have to be. I have to be. I says like the reality is now when I told her about I'm opening the shop next to the outlet, didn't go down too well, didn't get the reaction I wanted. But the dust settled and it was accepted, and what can you do? Jonathan's gonna do what he's gonna do. Kind of what he's done his whole life. No one can really tell him what's what. And if you try, he'll probably go even further away. Do you know what I mean? So when I told him I was gonna name it New Lambs, she just fucking flipped the lid like for a few minutes. Thought, hell, you're not gonna do that. He's gonna sue you. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that. I says, listen, man. I says, I'm after opening a curry shop next to the outlet, selling the same stuff,
Yeah.
cheaper.
I was about to say, like,
What I call the place doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? Like, what? That's an after effect. I'm actually selling the same stuff next door to that, cheaper better.
menu.
And I'm undercutting them. I'm going fuck. I'm sticking the finger up, going fucking. What I call the place does not matter.
it doesn't matter.
Do you know what
I
I mean?
believe that the most staff followed you.
Yes.
Yeah, most
so there's
staff-
only probably 2 or 3 left that are. No, I wouldn't say waiting in the wings, but.
Would you take them on?
Well, do you know
They'll be
what I
coming
mean?
straight.
There's definitely 1 or 2 there that are left that I have my eye on that they know, and there's a couple of pieces to the puzzle that I would like to get over. listen, lads, I didn't just set up a curry shop and have the staff follow me for nothing.
No, obviously you ran the
Absolutely.
place and they respected you.
Do you know what I mean? I didn't just set up you got to realize I set up a business completely from scratch, completely fresh. And I had Ballerfermot teaming for weeks.
You
Weeks
did. You
on
had us
end.
all guessing for.
Week, like
Big
chomping
time.
at the bit
Yeah.
to see what was going on. The town got put back on the map. Everyone's still talking about it. Lambs got put back on the map. Brought him business. Got myself business.
Yeah.
And you seen the queues outside the door.
That's where I'm going with now. With your open day. The queues was crazy.
That queues was there for 2 weeks straight for 8 hours a day, bro. 2 weeks straight, hours a day. This isn't Ticketmaster. This is a curry shop, lad. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, this is a curry shop. And I had that place wall to wall, up and around the corner for weeks for people waiting on a few chips and a bit of curry sauce. Do you know what I'm saying? For a week, and it wasn't like a certain period of the day. It was from you open till you closed all day long. I didn't even do deliveries.
Yeah, you didn't do deliveries for the first.
I couldn't do it.
Too fast.
It was just like the shop is too busy, and it's a disservice to people who have bothered to come down for me to be sending
People
fellas
out
out
with
or
it.
people
Yeah.
just sitting in their gaffs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a disservice to them. If you're gonna bother your hall to come down, I'm shutting deliveries off if it's too much. I only have so many walk stations, so many fryers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've only
Mad.
2 weeks straight. That's
Yeah, and that's like maybe under cutting that. It might have been 3 weeks straight.
yeah. Even still though.
Mad.
But like, think about it, like there's there's TikToks, there's Facebooks, there's.
But sure, when you
which is
Google it,
better.
it's fucking hysteria in itself. And do you get many people that go into your dad's and then come into yours and they do the two? And
Yeah,
they go,
well, I tell you what you would see, like, you would see couples pulling up, and he's getting the new and she's getting the old. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
It's fair.
They get into that. Do you know what I mean? And then let people decide for themselves what they like. But the reality is like I did bring a lot of eyes
Back
to the area. That area was like, it people coming from all over to see with the new lambs, the old lambs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But for all that excitement and all that buzz, I do have to prove. I have to prove I can do what I
You
said.
have a leg. You have to
Absolutely.
stand on your legs,
Do you know
bro.
what I mean?
live up to
Like
it,
there's
Yeah.
opening the stuff, but I had to
You have to give
make
it
sure the food was right.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? I had to make sure my chicken is right, my sauce is right. The first few days were rocky with the sauce.
Yeah, I heard the sauce is like religion.
Do you know what I mean? I said,
Those few days were
People
rocky,
losing
man.
their shit over the sauce, bro.
Because the sauce is like it's your bread and butter.
It's the best, man.
Why is that the person that makes sauce dead with your dad or something?
No,
He was making the sauce, bro. You were making the sauce, bro.
He didn't get the sauce, man. That's what he's waiting for.
Yeah, no, listen, they got on a truth about it is the first couple of days I opened, my sauce guy couldn't come in when I was open. He was only able to work for me before I would open due to leaving the other, like he was working for me dad, he was leaving me dad, and he was coming to me, but he didn't want to make it an instant transition.
Yeah,
because he's a
getcha.
good fella, like, and he has a heart, and he appreciates work given to him at
Yeah.
the same time.
Yeah.
So he kind of left me dad, came to me kind of a week later. But for the first week, I was kind of without me sauce guy. You know what I mean? Like I had him prep the stuff. I had him like basically make it up to 80%, and then the final finishing of it, which would have been the wateriness of it, of the consistency of it, has to be done on the job. So it kind of was the first couple of days. It was a bit rocky. Now it's just like it's top of the top.
Liquid gold.
Liquid
Yeah, that is
bro.
the goal. That's
Liquid
24
gold.
karat.
Yeah. Let's take a break on that, yeah?
Right, guys, today's episode is brought to you by Champions Gym. Champions Gym is located in the back of Wigglers on the Long Mile Road. We are the greatest gym in Ireland to date. The home of the champions, where everything is based around our members and our community. We have good rates, good membership deals, top level staff, top level trainers, and all of the best equipment that you can get your hands on. Champions Gym is the sponsor of today's podcast. Down on the Long Mile Road behind Wigglers. Be sure to come in, check it out, a day pass, a month, whatever it is. Come join now and join the home of the champions. Champions Gym, sponsor of today's podcast.
So we were talking about a few of the lads that did work for me that came and worked for me. Do Do you know what I mean? And I do feel that like they're in a much better place now. Anyone who works for me now is in a much better place. Hence they've come over of their own free will.
Yeah.
It says it all really. They're like, here, we did work for your dad, and you obviously ran your dad's place for X amount of time while he was off doing whatever he was doing. So they know what I'm about.
Yeah.
They know I can run a good business. They know I'm fair, and they know I've got longevity.
100%.
And I'm after setting up my shop, and I've kind of one fella that I'm waiting to come over, like who works for me dad, and
Is he the Singapore fella or something? Like, what does he special in that you were
he-
looking for? The Singapore fella. So
The
that make the
sauce guy,
noodles.
it's like the A-team.
But that's what it is in the
Yeah,
restaurant,
but that's
right?
fucking facts.
Everyone's special. Like, everyone has a special that they do. Is that not how it does?
Well,
One
everyone
person
has their
can't do it
position.
all.
Like everyone has their position.
Yeah, yeah, the sauce guy, bro. There's
I
definitely...
always describe the kitchen game. It's like a football team. You have your strikers, you have your wingers, you have your defenders, you have your goalkeeper, and you have your captain. Do you know what I mean? And everyone just plays their position. If everyone plays their position right, no one needs to get caught doing a defender doesn't need to do a striker's job.
Yeah.
And tit for tat.
Shit
And
goes smooth then.
sometimes on the days off you need substitutions. You need people that can adequately fill the position. But like it is, I've started a business. You know yourself. Like I'm operating a serious team. I don't even know how many people I'm hiring.
Right, yeah.
But it's a 7-day operation.
Yeah, it's constant.
So there's no
There's rest.
it's like having kids, lads. It's
there's
it's
no rest.
It's not so hard, but it never stops.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which is like taxing in itself, and you have to kind of done it for a long time in order to mentally
Understand
be
it,
right
yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even taking this day off now, I'm like back in my mind thinking, oh, they're wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which they will.
can't
be
switch
if
off from it, like-
it's a Wednesday, like I'd be
Yeah.
checking the cameras or you know what I mean. This is my first proper day off where I've actually done something for myself. Like I did have a day off last week, which was my very first day off. But I just sat in the house and done nothing and just checked the cameras all day, made sure
Everyone's running
Everyone
right.
was-
Everyone's in that position.
yeah, you know what I mean. And then there were times I was looking at it and I was kind of going, we shouldn't be doing that. And
Yeah.
and I felt like getting in the car and just booting down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've been in that position plenty of times.
Yeah, but now
I do ring like he's like my go-to, and like I'd be home, he'd be like, "Don't come home, don't come in, you don't need to come in," and I'll be checking the camera, and I'll be like,
It's killing you, like, yeah, you're so bad with it.
yeah. It took me a year to be able to separate myself from
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
But
but it's your baby nearly, like, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
have
what
a-
it is.
you
It's,
have a
it's
shop
exactly
or
like
a
kids.
gym or
There's
whatever.
no closing up in it. Do you know what I mean? And it comes to a stage where it's like, this is like life. It's just a show, isn't it, boys?
Yeah.
Like it's all just a show, and we're gonna look back and see if we played the game right or if we're happy with how we performed in the show. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean? You're gonna look back and go, I
Yeah.
made some mistakes I didn't, but in general, I'm
Would I do
happy
it again?
I'm happy about what I done.
yeah. But that brings me back to your dad going out with a girl the same age as you. Yeah. Have you spoken to her?
Nah, like she wouldn't. What would she have in common with me? We're only the exact same age.
That's in common,
You know
Tom.
what I mean?
Well, I'd like to say your dad, but that feels a little bit
that's
wrong
it.
to say
I'm,
that.
I'm joking as if like I wouldn't talk to her because I'm like, you fancy a fucking 70-year-old. We're not the same thing. Do you know what I mean? I can't talk to you because I know you're
Manipulating my father.
yeah, like you're going out with me outlet. Obviously, when he dies, you're gonna marry someone else.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, you're true. It's not like it's 10 years gap where you're like, yeah, it's 10-year gap. The other person dies. The other person probably just go, yeah, don't want anyone for the rest of your life. But when there's a 30-year gap,
That's a whole
he
life there.
dies. She picks up the pieces with somebody else,
Flushed.
Yeah.
and I'm talking gaffs in Malaysia, cars, properties, businesses.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, right, well, if this is gonna, hence the whole reason I went to Ballerfermot was, you know what? If you're gonna treat me like I don't exist because you can just throw me, sack your son, go to the papers, tell them your son's a greedy cunt. That's why you sacked him. Sure, I should have been onto me solicitor straight away. That's not even legal.
Oh, yeah, that's not. Yeah,
You
that's
don't
what I
want
was
to
about
give
to
someone a
say.
pay rise, just say no, let them leave themselves. So he didn't. He gave me the heave ho. As I said, didn't tell me himself. Do you know what I mean? I goes, right. Within a month, Oh, the old chipper used to be a.
That's what I was about to say to you. That wasn't a Chinese. That was a chipper.
Yeah, that was a chipper.
Yeah.
For years, that's been a chipper. For as
And
long
like
as
that
my-
wasn't closed when you were asking for that.
No, it wasn't even for sale. But.
It wasn't for sale. Wasn't it?
Really, yeah.
What you do? Bully them?
Oh, well, yeah, like
Give some of that sauce, bro. Let me in.
listen, you go down. The straight to the horse. I went straight in. I goes. Now as I'm saying this, did get sacked. So I'm running in now, trying to not be seen by me dad. Do you know what I mean? Because he's like, "There's what's he running in next door?" So I says, "You know what?" Went in. I goes to your man. Is the owner here? No. Left me number. Tell him to ring me. He didn't know I wanted to ring. But he just knew your man that used to work next door is ringing me. So he didn't know whether I got sacked, what the story was. He just rang me and goes, Johnathan, what's the story? Do you know what I mean? I was just like, I want to buy the shop off you. So I think he just started seeing stars then. He was like, you know what I mean? I was like, how much do you want for it? He's just figured that the numbers were just kept going up in his head. He just, he started off at some mad figure. Eventually got it down to a less mad figure. Do you know what I mean? That's,
Unbelievable one, yeah.
But the thing is, the location is unbelievable.
yeah,
I say
so
you paid for
that
it.
was my thing where I could have went to any shop. I could have bought any place around.
Yeah.
I could have went up the ways, up towards the gala.
Yeah.
Or I could have went down the bottom towards the DCs. I could have bought a shop anywhere. You know what I mean? But I says I need to, because if he sacks me, and let's just say he dies tomorrow, leaves everything to his girlfriend or to somebody else or sells it, I'm after walking there in my life. And I'm in another town.
Do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? I'd be like, why would I be in another town? They'd be like, your dad used to own the one in Ballyer. Yeah, he did. But now his fucking girlfriend's running it. I'm up in Tala. Do you know what I mean? It'd be like,
I guess when people ask for the blatancy of going right next door, like it was probably the only real move you could make, because like you'd only be just some other chipper elsewhere. You know what I mean? Or a curry shop elsewhere. You know, especially if you've worked all that time. You know that area.
I just considered it like as in like, oh well, what happens if? Because my dad's fairly old, like, and he's, like I said, he's not the pinnacle of health. So, like, I just kind of said to myself, not in a bad way, what if he died tomorrow? Or what if he died tomorrow and I was left with nothing? What do I do?
Yeah.
So I said, you know what I do? Let's pretend he doesn't exist. Let me just pretend that he is dead, which is, I'm not actually doing that, but let's pretend he is dead. I'm going to open up my own chipper or my own Chinese. Where am I going to go?
The place
I'm
you
gonna go
always walk.
straight to the place where I went before or where I know that I'm familiar with. Do you know what I mean? It's like an old footballer retiring. He goes back to his original club.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like...
Well, I could do, it's easy to say that you brought credibility to that shop's growing up around the area.
Yeah, like,
you know,
and as I
like,
said, I worked there for years,
Yeah.
and I know the people. And,
That's what I'm saying,
and
like,
I mean,
so-
and it's the best area. The people in that area are top notch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a quality area, especially when you get to know people. I wouldn't even want to be anywhere else to know it. That town to me is like, it's where I feel like, it's like when I've set up this whole new business, it's like I'm just comfortable. I've been there.
They supported you.
I needed to set it up
To
as
understand.
close as I possibly could to where I was in order to still feel like I'm at home.
Yeah.
I still feel like I'm in next door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In retrospect to when I look out the window of my shop, it's the same customers, it's the
Same
stuff.
people, same people.
I don't
Yeah,
even,
yeah.
I'll
You haven't
give
lost
you a
anything.
laugh. One of the days there, not too long ago, it wasn't that busy, so I had a curry and the customer was waiting in the car, weren't they? And I went to bring the curry out. And when I was walking back in, I nearly walked into the wrong shelf. I swear to God. Swear to God. At the very last second, I seen me out and I went, oh. I had to go this way. You know what I mean?
this
Like,
one.
yeah, which was like, I'd say me out, I would have been popped a bottle of champagne and laughed his head off if he had to see me coming in.
Yeah.
Just to like grill me.
Yeah, fucking right.
Or even that night, he would have been like, Johnathan.
And like since day one that you walked away from each other, you haven't spoken.
No.
At all. Father thing, like,
I was kind of
son.
touching on earlier on, like, I was getting that documentary thing done a few weeks ago. I'm standing there with my kids, and sure, the elflet just walks by. And I mean, I don't have a problem with that because I'm kind of used to it. But
Yeah,
I
the
have
kids
a
are not.
problem with it, as in my kids are going, why is Grandad not talking to us? And I'm going to go, well...
Oh.
That wasn't your granddad. You're seeing things. Or something. Like, you kind of don't know what to say.
You're
Because
trying to
you're
lay it down for them.
Kids never did anything.
They didn't do anything wrong.
And they wonder, why didn't Granda get us a birthday present or a Christmas present, or how come he doesn't give a shit? Or
Is he that petty though?
Huh?
Is he that petty?
Yeah.
That
yeah.
he just he started treating the kids differently because he's not talking to you.
I had one fella was in the shop there a while ago, and he was kind of filming for the whole day and night of the shop. At the end of the night, we stood outside the shop with the shutters down. I'm sure you'll actually see it one of the days whenever it comes out. We were standing outside and the shutters down. Your man's asked me a few questions, and I says, and then next to all I hear the shutter going up. My outfit was coming out, isn't it? I actually just said to him, here's my outfit now. The cameraman goes from there to film the madness. Do you know what I mean? or what could ensue. Do you know what I mean? So I goes, there's my outfit now, and because it's late at night and I said it, he definitely heard me saying it. Cameraman done a Yui to see what the story was. My outfit scurried into the little side door, up the stairs. Gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's my outfit. I was literally saying it, like, while he was like literally closer than he is. I was like, there's my outfit there now. And he was just like, you know what I mean? This little scurry into a little hook.
Gone.
You know what I mean? I'm going like, and that's my outfit, boys. That's me. I'm dealing with. I'm after opening my own business. I'm after making a fucking name for myself without anybody's fucking help. Not one sinner's help in my family. Not one person in my family that I need help for this. Done it all myself. And my outfit wouldn't even acknowledge that. Fair balls to you, or
you know what I mean?
Like,
that's
you
what I
had
was
some
saying.
guts to come next door to me, or
serious
we're
balls,
both
like,
making money now. Let's just call a spade a
Yeah,
spade.
space
Who
a
gives a
spade.
piece it
fuck?
up then,
Nah, but it's not gonna happen.
There's none of that.
No, I do firmly believe that if he was to get away from the woman he's with now, all the pennies would drop. Do you know one of those things where it would, like, she's gone, all the pennies would drop, and he started to go, fuck, haven't talked to any of my kids in 6 years. Haven't seen my grandkids that my brother has kids, my dad doesn't even know who they are. Do you know what I mean? And they're not even beefing.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's mad.
Do you know what I mean? And if you were to go down to me dad now, and go, do you know where your sons live? He wouldn't have a fucking clue. He wouldn't have a clue. Do you know he'd know my daughter and son's names because I worked for him for a long time.
Yeah.
They were involved a bit. But my other brother who's not involved,
he
he wouldn't know what the fuck his kids' names are. And they're very young.
And that brings me to, like, how's your kids, like, when this was going on, when you got let go, and then you're opening the shop? What were they like? Were they not asking like that? Why
Yeah, like,
You know what I
and the
mean?
thing about it is
Yeah.
thing about it is as well, like, they were worried, like, and like, because I was out of work for a good year after that.
Okay.
Like, the thing, I went into the Darius, I let go in January. I was into the Darius and all before, around start of February, I was into Darius, hustling him. Eventually agreed figures with him, like March, April maybe. Didn't go through till it was supposed to get the keys before Halloween to start renovations. Then it was like November. Then it was Christmas. Then it was New Year's. Then you had your solicitors and all going on holidays. I went on the 10th of January after about 20 times to try and get this pushed because I was out of work. I didn't know a bleeding penny. So I was pushing to get this deal done. When I eventually got it done was my birthday. It just magically happened for me. Like, my birthday was the 11th of January. And I actually got the keys at 11/11 on the 11th of January.
All the ones, yeah.
Oh yeah, like, and that kind of happens to me a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was given cash January the 10th.
Yeah.
We had given the cash. It was a signed deal. He couldn't get a solicitor on the phone to send the email to confirm.
Yeah.
Had to pull the cash back.
Yeah, so we went to the next
Had
day.
to pull the cash back on that day and thought, fuck, another day. Do you know what I mean? Ends up on me bleeding birthday. All the bleeding ones.
11/11.
Yeah,
Fuck that,
all
man.
the ones.
11/11.
Sign that you're in the right spot.
Huh?
It's a sign that you're in the right spot. You did the
Yeah,
right
that's
thing.
it. Like, it is a sign of that. And like, it is exactly that. Do you know what I mean? Because I've never felt better. Do you know what I mean? I've never felt freer. Like, if you had caught me while walking for me dad in an interview, I'd tell you nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you don't know what you're talking about, or because I'm in denial of a situation that I'm like
fucking halfway brainwashed at that stage. Nearly.
yeah, well you are, because it's like, you know what I mean, you're MK Ultra in a way, because you don't believe, you're made believe that you're not as good as you are. You know what I mean, you're made believe a certain thought pattern so that you stay put.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
right,
I wouldn't, if he had kept telling me, hey, you should fucking get out on your own, you're a bleeding animal.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah?
Fire on the
Fucking
fucking.
lock that one. Do you know what I mean? Like, you fucking, what are you looking for? Do you know what I mean? It would never come out of his mouth. You'd never hear encouraging words like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It would have been like, his encouraging words were, stick with me, and eventually you'll have
That
this
is,
and that.
yeah.
But I'm like,
Eventually,
I don't want to stick with you because you're not what I want to be. Do you get me? You only are making the kind of money I would love to make, but that's about it. The way you carry yourself, or the way you live your life, or the way you talk to people, or the way you think, it's not me.
It's not
and
you,
I don't want it to be me, because
Yeah.
I don't like it. Do you know what I mean? You're not a family man.
No.
You know what I mean? And I'm not like a family man,
But you
but
love your kids.
I have certain things that I'm like, you know what?
Yeah. You just can't do
It's
it.
all about the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
that's the
nothing
principle,
really,
yeah.
there's nothing
Yeah.
that trumps the kids ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like, and that's the reality. But there is, when I'm dealing with my dad, everything's trumping the kids, because now he doesn't talk to anyone.
but she
And
can't
money
trump him
is,
anyway,
money
yeah.
is at the forefront of everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which is grand when you're young. You don't see it as anything, because you're out playing and you're out doing your own thing. When you grow up, when you start to go, holy shit, at my age, he was doing this. You know what I mean? You're going,
Yeah, connected dots
yeah,
then.
you're
Yeah.
kind of going, Jesus, like he was 40 doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're kind of going like,
You get perspective then, and respect
Yeah.
for that as well, because like that
Big
stuff.
time.
I've said to you before, I have similarities in my childhood, and I think there's a lot of stuff in that you carry, like, and you know, self doubt and like imposter syndrome kind of stuff stems largely from those type of upbringings and those type of
kind of
people in your life.
Stockholmy.
Yeah, very
You know what
much
I mean?
so. You know, so then to go and do it, and again, like right beside him is like
Yeah, and-
fucking
and
balls
again-
deep.
serious shit, like
and
yeah.
that's
Balls
again-
deep, man.
At the wall inside the shit in the
You can hear that.
like fuck you.
Daddy, extra salt.
Your sauce is shit.
Give us a loan of a fried rice there, will you?
Oh, boy, I'll be having the best laugh, man.
Oh,
If I was
fucking heavy,
I'll be fucking with them, bro. I'll be,
Yeah, rats next door.
be sending them match.
But like, it's the thing about it is like there's a level of, I feel sorry, boys. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's not. I'm just doing my own thing now. Whether he's opening there or not doesn't make a difference to me. I'm making enough money that I'm happy already.
Yeah.
So I don't need to get anything. I don't need any extra. I just need to keep doing what I'm doing.
What you're doing best, you know what I mean?
But the only thing that does always have in the back of my mind is I do care about him, and I do want him to get himself together
Yeah.
and get rid of those leeches.
Yeah, well, he's your dad at the end of the day.
Yeah,
still,
like
you
know
know.
what I mean. If he was to come in here now, like we could probably have the bands if he was.
He'd allow it. Yeah.
Allow it,
like
yeah.
if he would just go, you know what, we both maybe should have been better.
Yeah.
But he can't come to that thing. Do you know what I mean? Like he
Can't
just,
change an old thing,
There's a
man.
very huge ego there. You know what I mean? And it's huge ego mixed with old schoolness, mixed with complete foreigner. You know what I mean? You're not dealing with someone who has an Irish personality.
No.
You're not dealing
Yeah.
with someone who even wants to be an Irish personality.
Yeah.
He's here for one thing really, and it's to make money. Do you know what I mean? And you kind of blame the man for having kids and still being on that I want to make money path, and all the kids are just a formality of the lifestyle. Do you know what I mean? But some people just, that's the way
It is
they
what
are.
it
They don't
is.
give a fuck.
Some people do it. Yeah.
It is
They
what it
use
is
their
kind
own.
of thing, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
that's
that's the
fucking-
way you have to be. If you're dealing with someone who doesn't give a bollocks, the only way that you're going to ever get their respect is if you don't give a bollocks either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
And they might never say it to you verbally, as in give you that respect, but they'll only think it deeply. And you just need to know that they think it.
Yeah.
You'd be confident that they think it, or confident that someone even is apologetic in the back of their mind. You don't even need it. If you know that, I know somewhere along the line, my dad's sorry for lots of the stuff
All
he
the
does.
things,
But
but
he'll
he would
never
never
say
say
it. But I'm gonna treat him like he has said it.
Yeah, no,
You
you'll
know what I
never.
mean?
Yeah,
I'm not
you'll
treating
never.
like he has
But
said
that's a big respect on your behalf. You know what I mean? A lot of people hold grudges. I'm one of them as well.
Me too.
To my family, you know what I mean? I
But,
hold a
as
lot of
in,
grudges.
but I'm
yeah.
saying that it might not look like that from the outside because I just opened the shop next door. So it's gonna look like he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, I'm just looking after myself.
Of course, of
Do you know what I
course.
mean? I'm just-
Do you know what I mean? You have kids
I'm just
as
setting
well
up
to
where,
family, yeah.
I'm just setting up somewhere where as if he didn't exist.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing.
100%.
And the fugazi, the formalities of everyone's drama and all that stuff that comes with it, it's just a bonus. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? If everybody else is intrigued by my family's downfalls, well, hopefully I make a few bob out of it.
That
because
fucking
that's
way.
that's all there actually is.
No
Do you know what I mean?
babucle. No babucle.
You know what I mean? That's all you can do. It's
Yeah,
just,
big
the
respect
show
on that. And
goes on.
come on, before we close there, I just want to ask you a few things. Like, you know what I mean? What's the vision now for the new lamb? Like, are you looking to expand, like you were saying, your dad never did?
Yeah, no. Well, and I do understand why it's hard to expand because you need a team.
You need to keep the quality as well.
It's a team effort. No one man can do this. I can't do this all by myself. I've got two solid rocks as business partners. And because this is a big operation where you're hiring 20 odd people, this isn't a one man show. I can be a part of that show and focus on my big part. But I have other parts of the company that are getting looked after that's not by me, that they're my pillars. They're
Yeah.
my rocks for the business. I'm more the face of the business
Yeah.
and I run the business. But I don't know it all. And the people that I have behind me know a lot more than me. So
That's fair.
it's definitely not something that it's not all me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My chefs, all the lads that have come over, my drivers, they're all top of the top. They're like, it's not just me.
Yeah.
You're getting a nice curry. It's not just me.
Yeah, it's a team.
It's the lads that are cooking
It's a full
it,
team.
and it's like dedicated. And I'm talking the lads, like as I said, a lot of staff have moved over. This is their bread and butter. Do you know what I mean? The lads are moving over because the lads that have moved over also see that my dad's losing control and his missus is taking control. So they're like, fuck that, we're going to Johnathan. But it's not his thing.
Yeah,
Do you know
that's
what I mean? Like it's like
yourself or-
he's set, that's a younger
Generation.
thing, do you know what I mean? And it's not cheap. That stuff's like a $5
Yeah.
for
yeah.
a drink. or
And you still have
whatever
to
the
get
fuck
someone
that
to.
is.
You have to go somewhere to teach how to mix and all.
Yeah,
UK is it? UK or something?
I don't think it's rocket science because it's just like water, powder,
Yeah,
that
and
jelly shit.
you have to have a mixer.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
shake.
I love that shit, man.
But as
I
if
love
you were
that shit,
talking
bro.
about expansion, I would love to expand one day, but it's all about. I could probably expand tomorrow, but I need workers, bro.
Yeah.
Workers are the hardest thing because it's a 7-day operation.
Yeah.
Workers aren't that easy to find. Most people have to work 6 days.
Yeah.
Then there's accommodation involved, and there's.
Yeah. And like, let me
But
question.
you do know that I have the shop. My shop is 2 shops, so you have the lambs, the new lambs, and then I own the pizza place that used to be there as well.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm turning that into an ice cream parlor.
Parlour, yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be like, and then when you walk into my shop, there's a wall that's kind of like a false wall. We're gonna knock that through. So the ice cream shop and then the my shop will be kind of intertwined.
In the one, yeah, Delhi.
Start selling some bubble tea.
The ice cream is
No, leave that to the envelope. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
the
gonna-
ice cream does really well around them area. Remember Mario's? I think it was Mario's up at Woodford.
No, I wouldn't.
Mario and Luigi's.
No.
I think a Jeep went through the front door or something. What? In the lockdown. But that place was gold mine.
Yeah.
Gold mine.
Nah, like what I plan on doing like milkshakes and stuff.
Yeah, milkshake,
Not-
pancakes,
yeah, like
waffles,
those bubble waffles.
bubble waffles.
He
Yeah,
can
with the
do
cream.
bubble tea.
You do
I'll
the bubble waffles. You know what I mean?
But his business is within his business. Mine's gonna be
A separate yolk
separate
altogether.
unit.
Separate, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then I'll knock the wall through so that they're 2, but they'll still be separate. So you can get a nice hot 4-1. And like if you're eating outside, by the time you're finished, you
come back in and get an ice cream.
Get an ice cream after,
Yeah.
a milkshake or something. And it doesn't have to be
Wherever you look at it, you're getting
business. It doesn't have to be a crazy business.
Wherever you look at, I'm getting paid. Is what you're saying, basically. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Let's keep ourselves grounded, lads. Don't talk about that.
But yeah, no, massive respect for coming in and shining the light on this. I know a lot of people have been asking questions. A lot of people wanted to throw a few questions. Do you have any questions that you want to ask before we close it?
I think that's covered it all. Yeah, I think like the obvious and I think more what people have been asking, like even like again in the gym, it's all we hear about was lambs and Googling and all was a fucking madness. Just like,
Yo, whoa,
Actually,
I have one more.
I have one more before you get there, right? The Googling thing, a lot of people have been Googling my shop and getting me dad's number.
Right.
Yeah.
That happened to my missus.
Well, there you go.
Right,
So,
okay.
Remember I was telling you? Yeah.
does she still want to order? Was this recently or what?
Yeah, no, it happened a couple, 2 weeks ago. Two weeks to a week ago.
So like when I'm like seeing his business going, I brought business to the area.
Yeah.
People are probably buying his stuff thinking it's mine.
Yeah.
But no one's buying my stuff thinking it's his.
Yeah.
So all my customers are fresh. They're all I've got myself. But I guarantee that because you're Googling my shop and get his number, the amount of people are getting his food and thinking it's mine.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're not packaging stuff the same. We're not using the same ingredients. So eventually that will
Everyone,
iron out.
yeah,
That will iron out.
separate
They're like,
yourself, yeah.
that's the
But I
old
want to
one.
ask one more question before I close, yeah? I seen one in the chap that you got to do promo for you. Like he's what's that outfit's name, man? He does he loves the Chinese. He loves
Big
Chinese.
John.
Big John,
Yeah,
he's the English dude.
Yeah.
How'd you get in contact with him?
Yeah, well, like, you know what I mean?
The chap loves Chinese
Yeah.
food, man.
This guy is a fucking avid Chinese eater.
He's a connoisseur.
You know what? There's that Cameo. You know that Cameo app where you can pay people to kind of do stuff? Yeah. Yeah, so that's how I got it. You know what I mean? I paid Big John to...
Do the camera.
Yeah, like you send him 30 quid and he sends back an instant video. Like I remember he sent me a video within about 10 minutes of me impressing one, and he didn't change his appearance in any way. It was whatever way he was, he just done it. You know what I mean? I think he was after being in work all day.
Bosh.
I think,
Bosh.
it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
You know
he's
what I mean?
brilliant, he is, man.
I'd love for him to come over and make an appearance.
Yeah,
'cause,
that'd be deadly.
Yeah, it's
That'd be deadly. I think his son is one of the boxers or something. One of the fire. His son is a real.
He's got a good traction. Like he's been on doing interviews and
Yeah, he's killing it.
I've seen him,
He's
like,
he's killing it, but killing himself as well. He is. Bro, I've watched a lot of his videos,
His plates are big.
and he'll get. I got chicken wings right here. I got my barbecue, sweet chili, rice, all in the one. Bosh. What's going on?
But either way, you're like, yeah.
Yes.
Maybe all of it.
Where did he get from?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Bosh is right.
Yeah. But thank you so much for coming in. Honestly,
I appreciate
big
it.
respect. Man, it's brilliant, bro. This is gonna be a massive one. This is gonna be a good
New
one.
lambs, people.
Keep
New
calm,
lambs.
new lambs.
Yeah,
Simple
make
as that.
sure to go check out New Lambs up in Ballerfermot. What road is it again? What's the name of that road?
Ballerfermot Road.
Just Ballerfermot Road, that's it, isn't it?
$1 million mile.
$1 million mile. Make sure to go for that liquid gold that he's selling up there. Trust me. New lamb, cheaper menu. Just go check it out.
Like, relax with the cheaper menu stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be like that forever. That's just
The price will go.
That's just a intro.
Yeah, guys. Basically, today's prices is not tomorrow's price. So,
They are going to be inching up. Like, you know what I mean?
but yeah, honestly, thank you so much for taking the time to come out.
No problem,
I truly
no problem.
appreciate you, and I hope I get a free curry. Good. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
100%.
Appreciate it, John.
I appreciate that.
Thanks, you made it to the end. Guys, if you're fucking with us and you like exactly what we were doing, everything we talked about, make sure to do what?
Follow, like, share, subscribe, YouTube or Spotify. No matter what you're listening or watching us on, be sure to hit all them buttons and run up them numbers, my guys. Know what I'm saying?
You better.